So we're in the Magic Engrave software now. I just wanted to show you briefly how to design inside or outside engraving on a ring. So first of all, on my vernier gauge, I've measured the inside diameter of the ring, the outside diameter of the ring, and the width. So if I just will design the inside first. Okay, so on the left hand side here, you see you've got templates. I've double clicked the ring template and it comes up with the measurement options for me. At the moment it's on outside, so I'm going to change that to inside. I'm also going to show which mandrel it's going to be on, and I'm going to use a flat mandrel for this one. And then I need to put in my measurements. So the width of the band ring I've already input is 8.84, and the inside measurement is 18.87. So if we click OK and give it a minute, there we go. It's given us that is this area of the inside of your ring. So for this, I'm just going to do some basic text on the inside of the ring. So I'm going to select the text. Oops. Sorry, I'm not with it today. The text icon. I'm going to leave on the font it already has for now. You can change that if you want. And I'm just going to type something that somebody might put on the inside of a ring. And then I can pick that up and center it if I want. Or I can move it wherever I want around the page. You can also extend out the lettering. Oops, sorry. I'm not pressing the correct button. There we go. Let's center that, see how that looks. Maybe a little bit more. I haven't got the best mouse on this machine. I think I'm going to try it in bold as well. Actually, I said I wasn't going to change the font, but I might actually. I might do a slightly clearer one. Okay, let's do that for the inside. I'm going to just bring that in a bit as we've changed the font. It's obviously changed the size of the text as well. Okay, obviously you can use any font you want and do it exactly how you want. And I am going to choose for the inside, I'm going to do my toolpath now, and I am going to choose a hatching toolpath for this, for the inside. Yeah, I'm going to choose the diamond tip and quality hatching inside, high quality hatching for the ring. I'm going to put the clearance at 1 mil, and I'm going to do it at highest tool quality. I'm going to leave the hatching gap really small. It takes longer, but it it gives you that nice close line, nice high quality line. I'm going to engrave the outline. I'm going to do it at 1 millimeter depth or 1 millimeter pressure. It's not exactly depth when you're just doing the diamond drag engraving. And I'm going to engrave it twice. Okay, I'm going to create my toolpath. Okay, so that's done, and that toolpath is ready to send to the machine whenever I want to. Okay, I've done a... Okay, so I'm now going to do a new file and just show you a couple of bits on the outside of the ring. So again, I'm going to click the ring. I'm going to go outside this time. Same mandrel the ring is going on. The width of the ring is the same. Now the outside diameter of the ring is a little more obviously than the inside, and that's actually at 20.32. And I'm going to do a mixture of milling and engraving on the outside. I'm not sure of the exact design yet, but I'm just show you a couple of options while I've got the program open. Then I'll close it and finish my design and do it, engrave it and mill it on the machine. So let's just think, oh well, perhaps I might want to mill out a panel to do a little bit of engraving on the top of this ring. So I'm going to use the circle ellipse. Obviously you can bring your designs in different formats from various programs, but I'm just using the design features in this Magic Engrave here. So there we go. In the centre of my ring, I'm going to mill out a an enamelling panel somewhere where I can enamel something. So because I want to hatch that out, I actually need that to be filled. So on the left hand side, you've got your fill, and I'm going to do a solid fill on that one. Okay, and then maybe I just want to put some drill positions for, perhaps I want to set a couple of tiny flush set stones or something. So I'm going to insert a drill position. I'm going to put one there. One here. Just move that in line with the other one. And maybe two more. One more. Now when you're looking at these drill position options down the left hand side of the screen, it gives you the drilling depth, the Z clearance as normal, position, size, etc. Size is actually going to be determined by the size of your end mill. So I'll decide on my end mill and alter that later. And I'm just going to mark out the positions. I'm not going to drill straight through because, oops, I am using my friend's deep ring engraving adapter. So there's like little plastic collets where the ring sits. So I don't want to mark her collet because it's not mine. So I am going to just take it about 0.3. Oh gosh. Now I'll be able to highlight it. That will do. That'll be fine. 0.35. Okay, and I'll change all those to match when I'm not filming. Okay, so just a couple of other bits. So say I wanted a little design on there, but didn't want to design it and import it myself. Then you do have design samples on the side of the screen. There we go. And I've got the ribbon selected. So I'm just going to, these are just design templates which are free with the machine. So I'm just going to pick this one. I'm going to pop that there. And that's the wrong way round, so I'm going to mirror that. I think that's a little bigger than I wanted it, so I'm going to lock the aspect ratio and I'm going to make that 10. And then I'm going to copy that and put one the other side. I'll obviously get these positions completely right before I go ahead and engrave. Okay, and I'm going to mirror that one. And then, so this I think I will do with a V cutter. So we'll get a deep V mill cut in that, and this one. The drilling positions will be done with an end mill cutter, and so will the enamelling cell. So I think I will just pop. Do I need to pop another piece that I'll do with a diamond drag? Yes, I'll probably pop in some diamond drag elements as well. And the way you determine that is when you go to create your toolpath. So for the enamelling cell, I am actually going to use a hatching. If you're going to cut the whole shape out, you'd use a cut out toolpath. But because I actually want the mill to cut out all of the centre of this oval, I'm going to use a hatching toolpath, and I think I will use, if I've got an end mill cutter 0.6, I'll use that. I'll check when we've done. I'll just use the brass setting for now. It's very similar. It just determines the side of the side, determines the speed and things like that, but you can alter those all yourself as well. That's the direction I'm going to ask for it to cut the hatches in. I'm going to clear that a bit more, give that a clearance. The dwell time is fine. I'm going to do a high quality. The hatch and gap, I probably don't need it to be 0.2. If I'm using a 0.6 end mill cutter, if I did that at 0.3, that will take a little less time than 0.2, and it will definitely cover over its own track. So that's done. Actually, I didn't show you how to do the depth, so I will just do that again. Yeah, and the depth, I'm going to do that at about 0.3 for my enamelling cell. And yes, do I need it to engrave the outline? I will on this occasion, just to show you. The Z pitch I can change. The Z pitch is what increment you want the cuts to be done each time. So I am going to set it at 0.1. So that means to get to 0.3, it's going to have to go over that 3 times. So I'm going to leave it at that. And there we go. We'll create that toolpath. There we go, and that's showing you exactly how that is going to cut out that enamelling cell for us. I've already shown you how to set the drill positions and the depth of those. I'm just going to do a V cutter on these for now. I'll probably change it when I get doing my final design. So I actually want a single line on this. So I'm going to use a V cutter. I think I've got a 20-degree one there. Whichever one I've got, I'll change that to. I can get rid of the toolpath and recorrect it. Going to have a high Z clearance on this. High. A Z pitch again. I'm going to keep that at 0.1. I'm going to keep it on slow speed. And I'll take that down to I think I'll leave that at 0.2. I don't want it too deep, and I'm going to create that tool path. Okay, so that's just giving you an idea of a few different ways you can design in the software if you don't have your own SVGs or images or designs you want to import into the program. If you have, you can use the SVG icon, which is the top left, or you can set images here. It gives you option to insert quite a variety of different types of images. You've got .bmp, .gif, .jpeg, PNG. There we go, you can see those. Okay, but I'll leave that for now. It's just to give you a little idea, and I will show you engraving on the machine shortly. So I'm just going to show you the inside ring engraving. So this is just an old piece of silver, just put round and soldered into a ring shape, so nothing special to show you this. So as I explained before, because we're doing the inside ring engraving, we have put the ring inside these mandrels, and this is just a piece of shrink wrap on each mandrel. Just make sure that you've got it completely straight in the mandrels. I'll just double check that. So I'm going to open that a little and just make sure that is pushed right up to the edges there. I've already lined up with the laser pointers, so it's all ready to go. Just one little note: when I pop these mandrels on, you get a little spanner with the machine, so I just made sure that they were nice and tight as well. And one final note: when you are sending it to the machine, just double check that you have sent it as an inside ring engraving, not an outside ring engraving. So this is ready to go now, so I'm going to start that off. I've also got this to engrave twice, so just let you know that. And what I'll do is, when it's done, it's going to be difficult to show you, so maybe that's something I'm going to photograph. The outside ring engraving I could do on there as well, but as I'm doing deep milling engraving, I'm going to set that all up on the extra deep ring engraving attachment and tailstock adapter. So I'll show you that engraving on there in a little while. Okay, so the machine is currently diamond drag engraving on the deep ring engraving adapter with a tailstock adapter as well. It's just finishing up. So as you can see, you've got the tailstock adapter pushed onto this deep ring engraving adapter, which, as I said, I borrowed this from a friend. It doesn't go with this machine. In the middle here, underneath the ring, you have like these kind of rubber type different size collets for different size rings. They push together here when you put these two parts together to hold the ring steady and securely. I've also just put a bit of masking tape over this one because they're not my collets, it's not my adapter. I wanted to protect it, and also I feel it gives it a little bit of extra grip. But that's finished now. What I need to do next is change this diamond drag bit at the end here. I'll be putting in either my V cutter or my end mill cutter next, and we'll do some cutting on this to show you as well. Okay, so it's done milling the enamelling cell now. I don't know if you can see, but there's quite a lot of dust and chips there. It's kind of stuck to the ring because I did put the lubrication on there. So I'm going to get rid of those, and then I'm going to change over to a V cutter and do the other decorative items, and then that's about everything else done on the outside of the machine that I wanted to show you today. Oh, sorry, on the outside of the ring that I want to show you today. So I think I'm hoping you can see through the safety screen. So what I've done now is so we've done the diamond drag engraving on the outside of the ring. I just used a little star design to do that, and then we've used the end mill to put in 4 drill holes or drill markers, because I haven't drilled all the way through on this occasion. You know, imagine and you wanted to set some tiny little stones. And then I've cut out an enamelling cell also with the end mill, and I'm now going to just do some extra decoration, but with a V cutter. Now unfortunately the only V cutter I had available around today is a 45-degree one, so it might be a little bit ugly because it'll be quite a wide cut, but like I say, this is just a demo for the machine. Yeah, so we'll I've already set it up. I've checked the engraving area. I've done the tool change. I've done locked the pressure for milling, and we'll set that going. See, it's checking the height of the material with the probe before it starts. Let's check the tool height as well. There we go, so that's finished. So I'll get the swarf off of all of that and see if we can somehow show you a half decent picture of it. Okay, so it's finished now. I'm going to hopefully show you on this video if it comes out clear enough. So you can see the inside was hatch engraving with outline, quite large lettering. If I try and look at the outside now, so I did some diamond drag stars there, and at the top here you've got the milled out cell for enamelling. Obviously if it was, you know, if it was for translucent enamelling, you might want to take a bit more care with your lines. You might want to do a hatch and use a different size end mill, and maybe do the hatchings closer so there's less lines to view. And then you've got the tiny little the drill points, which I did in case we wanted to set stones. And then, as I said, the the V cutter was rather wide for this decoration because the only one I had to hand was a 45-degree V cutter, so it's rather deep and sort of taking the elegance away from that pattern. But you can see, you know, how deep that's gone. That's a nice deep engrave there. Yeah, so they're just samples really of the types of things you can do on the machine for a ring or cylindrical shape. So I will leave that there.